Well, everyone, today's video is going to be about why I got rid of a best friend. Now, this friend that I've known him for 10 years at least, and we've done quite a bit together. But, when we first met, there was a lot of unbalance in our relationship. He was very judgmental of me and just everybody around him. He would often lash out and insult people around him, and he's gotten significantly better over the years. But I even found this year, months back, 6 months back, a year back, and a little bit more, even though he's gotten better, he's always had this superiority complex. He's always wanted to basically show that he is superior for this or that reason. And recent, statements of superiority have been, I have a nice apartment, you don't. I have a family, you don't. You have an extended family, not an immediate family, wife and kids. And he would say things like, well, when you have kids, you don't have time for that, or you don't have a day off. And he would often say very specific things that I'm not going to get into. But when I would, exclaim certain political beliefs that I've had, and I'm very liberal, and he has become pretty right-wing or libertarian or conservative, I guess you could say. He called, the last time we really hung out with another friend, he kept on calling me a commie, which is, not only is it ridiculous, it's like, why would you call one of your best friends, or if I am his best friend, that over and over again? Now, the most recent time we hung out, and it was with another friend as well, it really felt like there was a de-evolution into high school years where he was like a complete dick. And I never really want to judge him too harshly. But I start to realize that to have that kind of influence in my life, to have that kind of negativity in my life, to feel not as an equal person around him, not as a friend, but as somebody who is lesser, because of this constant barrage of statements or comments that is meant to, I guess, make me feel lesser, or constantly directed at me from, even if he's not doing it on purpose, his subconscious, that makes me feel unequal in his mind, then really it is time to cut that friend loose. Now, it's really hard because I've known this guy for over a decade, and why I got rid of a best friend, I mean, that title doesn't quite cut it. But to be completely honest, you cannot have in your environment people who tear you down just to build themselves up, or to tear you down for no reason, even if it's not to build themselves up, even if it's just tearing you down constantly, because they constantly say things that are insensitive, I guess you can say, or things that just pop into their heads and they just want to fucking blurt them out at you. Even if it's not malicious, it's not pre-planned. If somebody constantly, barrages you with these comments in your life, then you have to distance yourself. There's no other solution. You have to get that toxic person out of your environment. And no matter how hard it is or how long you've known this person, you have to shoo that person away. You have to distance yourself and really surround yourself with people who aren't going to tear you down, who aren't going to, just because they disagree with you on politics or spirituality, they're not just going to degrade you or make fun of you for it, like calling you a commie, or constantly saying, that your beliefs are ridiculous and don't make sense. He didn't exactly say that, but he did call me a commie constantly, the last time we hung out. And he's constantly saying that, he doesn't believe in the magic that I do, and, that's fine. But he often replaces not only his opinion of disbelief, but with trying to be like, really, man? Do you really believe in that? I don't know about any of that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, all these little things build up. They will always build up. And it creates a toxic environment. And you have to get rid of that person and push that person away out of your environment so that you as a person can advance spiritually, emotionally, and just, in your professional life as a human being. We're here to advance as human beings, to do the best we can in society, do the best we can within spiritually, and to do the best we can with other people around us. And you cannot have an entourage. You cannot have an exchange between yourself and other people around you if a toxic environment exists. Now, the kind of friends that you should look forward to, and the kind of friends that I have that are not him, are ones that support me, ones that are willing to have spiritual conversations, even if they don't believe in spirituality, ones that aren't going to say this or that comment constantly in order to tear you down, ones that if something bothers you, they will not bring it up. And that's what friends do. True friends are willing to say, okay, I'm not going to bring up this and this and this if it bothers you because you're my friend, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice of not bringing up these issues. And that's what a true friend does. But a friend who, says that they're not going to tiptoe around your emotions, they're not going to change what they say just because you're sensitive towards that, that's not a true friend. Period. And he or she never will be. Because friends make sacrifices for each other, and these sacrifices that I'm talking about are very small. But the kind of people you want to have around you are the ones who are going to create an environment in which you can advance spiritually, emotionally, personally, and your friendship grows. Your friendship is a symbiotic balance of exchange, to where nobody is gaining more out of the friendship, and nobody is feeling like they're the boss or better than the other person, to where you exist as equals. That's the ideal friendship. That's the ideal relationship between two people. Now, why I got rid of a best friend is a very hard discussion to have, and I've kind of glossed over some very personal facts because these personal facts are indeed personal. But I hope that this video has allowed you to see that in your own life. Seek people that are not toxic. Surround yourself with people that will promote you, will build you up, will make you feel like an equal, that make you feel like an important human being. People who will not look down upon you because they're so proud of what they have and say how little they think you have, or ask if you're jealous and BS like that, because that kind of environment is toxic. Now, also you should look for friends who are genuine, ones who will not talk behind your back, ones who will not stray away from issues when you have a problem with them or when they have a problem with you. Always allow yourselves to address problems when they exist in your friendship. A true friend is willing to do that. And I hope that all of you find true friends, because I've just lost one of my best friends because I had to. There's no other way to advance as a person than to cut him loose. But hey, it's a sad day, but it's also a necessary day. So thank you all very much for watching, and may you all find true friends.